Hey y'all, it's Walker here. I am in my little bar in my home in Atlanta, Georgia. I'm here to make you a cocktail, demonstrate you a cocktail. I've been challenged by Lock & Co. Aspen Aged Rye to demonstrate this cocktail. This is a little out of my wheelhouse. I don't normally make videos like this, but it just goes to prove that I will pretty much do anything for a free bottle of whiskey. So thank you very much, Tally-Ho. This is aged in Aspen, which makes it different from other ryes. It's made in Colorado, and really the Aspen aspect of it gives it a nice kind of cedary flavor, but I'd say brighter than most cedars that you get on like a bourbon or rye. So it's really delicious amongst other flavors like the orange peel and burnt sugar, caramel. That it's really wonderful. It's one of the best ryes I've tasted in some time. 100% honest. I just love it. I normally just drink it over a cube. You can drink it neat. It doesn't really need to be made into a cocktail, but it also does lend itself really well to cocktails. So I'm going to make a cocktail called the Boulevard Less Traveled. That's my name for it. It's a little cheesy maybe, but I gotta come up with a name for this. So, and the reason I'm calling that is it's gonna be a twist on a Boulevardier. So a Boulevardier would normally have Campari, which I'm sure many of you are familiar with, but in this case I'm switching the Campari with Aperol. So it's gonna be a little different. A Boulevardier is usually gonna be a 2-1-1. So it's gonna be 2 ounces of the rye. In this case, instead of Campari, 1 ounce of the Aperol and 1 ounce of the vermouth. Now the Aperol, and as you can see, I'm wearing the Aperol hat here. The Aperol is a bitter aperitif liqueur from Italy. So is Campari, but this is different because it's a little brighter, a little rounder. It's got some more citrus notes to it. People like it a lot. It's become very popular in the last couple of years, as I'm sure many of you've noticed. The Cocchi, the vermouth here is actually Cocchi Vermouth di Torino, and it is from the Asti region of Italy, and it is terrific. So we're going to start with, which I like to do in this case, go ahead and put a large cube in the glass right now. Put that in there, and you can swirl around, spin around a little bit to start getting the glass itself chilled. Gonna make that in a rocks glass, and so like I said, we're gonna let that start chilling, and we're gonna take our shaker and we're gonna fill that about 3/4 of the way with ice. All right, there we go. And we are gonna do, like I said, 2-1-1 portions. So we'll start with the 2 ounces of the Aspen rye. There we go. So a full one. We're going to take 1 ounce. Do 1 ounce of the Aperol. So half. Okay, and we're going to do 1 ounce of the Cocchi vermouth. I love this vermouth. And so that's it on the liquids, the spirits. We are going to take your stirring spoon, and like I said, that ice is going to continue to make this chilled a little bit. We move it, get stuck there, and then we start stirring. So you want to stir for up to a minute, maybe even more. The idea here is that you're not just making the cocktail cold, but you're diluting it some with melt from the ice. The water will dilute it and make it a little less harsh, to be honest. Really changes it enough that it's noticeable. So anyway, keep stirring it. I'm not going to do it for a full minute in this case, just because we're doing a video. And then you want to take your strainer, and it should fit real snugly there on your shaker, and pour it directly over the king cube, or just a large ice cube. You can use a sphere, or if you don't have that, you can just use some ice. And last but not least, very important actually, is this orange peel. So I'm just going to take a nice little swath of the orange and the peel, that is, and I'm going to hold it above and do some twists, move it around a little bit. You probably see a lot of bartenders do this out when you're out eating and drinking, and it may seem a little frivolous. You may be wondering, hey, where's my drink? Why am I waiting? But this is an important part. If you actually look closely, you'll see a little mist of the expression of the orange oils coming off the peel. And it really makes all the difference. It'll really change the flavor of the drink. And then you just want to rim the glass with it as well. And then just, you can just throw that right on top of the cube. All right, so that's really it. It's pretty easy. It's like just because it's a 2-1-1. Again, let's have a little sip. It's really excellent. Like a Boulevardier is great. I would drink that just as much with a Campari. But this gives a little rounder, kind of caramelly thing that you don't get as much with a Campari. But so it's just different. I really like it, and I wanted to show you something different, something that was my idea. I'm sure some other people have done something similar, and maybe they call it something else. But anyway, here it is. Thank you, Lock & Co. Thank you, Tallyhoo, for this delicious Aspen Age Rye. This is delicious. Cheers.